folks, welcome back to the channel and welcome to today's video, which is all about fire and my two favourite methods of making fire. The first method is flint and steel, okay, using char cloth. Then the second method is using a ferrocerium rod with a striker, okay, and it all involves sparks. I hope you enjoy the video and let's get into it. So what I'm doing then, all this is just like a piece of leather that I've got some scrapings with. And the idea is that you can hold the leather. If you had like this, just like the pile in on the leather itself, and you can transfer the leather and the pile that's on fire straight to the stove. Okay, so first off, test the ferrocerium rod. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. So here we go then. So what I'm doing then is placing the ferrocerium rod at the base of the pile, okay, and I'm just going to try and get as long a strikes as I can on the ferrocerium rod, so maximum sparks. Oh, he says, here we go. Nearly. There we go. Okay, get my piece. You see the black smoke there? That's the resin burning off. Transfer it over. Hopefully that will now catch. And then, waste not, want not. That's gone out anyway, but move that over. Let that catch on that piece there. So that's basically now caught almost. It is very damp out there today. And that is how you use a ferrocerium rod to light a fire with birch bark. Hope you found that interesting and useful. Okay then folks, now you've seen how to start a fire using a ferrocerium rod, I'm now going to take you into the next stage of the video, which is using flint and steel and some char cloth. Okay, so this using, well, I suppose using both of these methods, the ferrocerium rod and the char cloth and flint and steel, okay, the things that you need to take into consideration is patience and preparation. Okay, so you notice I prepped my stove before I even started with the ferrocerium rod. Okay, it was all ready to go, basic twigs, and I've got that as well. So I've still got that set up in there, so I'll show you as I go how I've set the stove up. Same again, twigs, a little bit of silver birch from the leftover from the ferrocerium rod demo, but that's it. But preparation is key when using this, because the flint and steel, because is once you do get a spark on this, you need to generate enough heat, okay, to set off what we call a bird's nest. So we don't mean going up trees and robbing the bird's nest, we make one. So what I mean by that is, for this demo, I've used a jute twine, and it comes in a big roll. Okay, I got it from a garden centre here in the UK, but if we can just get that to focus, so it's quite thick like that, and all it's a case of is simply breaking it down. Oh, there we go, trying to get the focus. Okay, breaking it down into the strands, alright, and then breaking the strands down even further, okay, all the way through, alright, until it comes to something. Okay, so you get all those strands all nice and loose, and it comes to something like this, a bit like a dodgy wig. Okay, and that's what I'm going to put my char cloth into, generate a spark, char cloth into that and blow it through, create a flame, and drop that into my stove. Okay, so that's my plan. And then, as you would, and it doesn't have to be a stove, it can be a normal fire lay. So yeah, the principle's just the same. Alright, so spark into this, blow it through, patience, let it build, generate a flame, drop it in, then you add your tinder just like you would a normal fire. Okay, so that's the preparation side of it. What we're going to do now is I'll show you how I use the flint and steel. So basically, this is a piece of English flint, okay, and a carbon steel striker. All right, I like it so you can put your hand through it. Okay, there's some fancy designs where you only have this bit and you can strike it through. That's quite uncomfortable for me. I like it so it's like this, and literally just glancing. You're not striking it as in trying to knock it out, or knock it out your hand or anything like that. Okay, it's literally a glancing blow. So that's a striker. So the flint, okay, you need quite a sharp edge. You can see how over time I've been chipping away at this, okay, and how it's curved, okay, but that is what you're after, okay, a straight edge, a thin edge, that's what you're after, okay. There's ways you can flint knap as well to get this edge, okay, that'll be in another video, alright, but that's what you're looking for, okay, in your piece of flint. So, how you hold it then, this is nicely curved, so it can sit in your hand, in my fingers, okay, so it's nice to hold, alright, like so. Just make get the focus, okay, that's how I'm going to hold it, okay, and add my char cloth on top of that, okay. But what I'm going to do for now for the demo is this literally, so that's flat now like a tabletop, okay, but I'm going to turn it 45-degree angle, okay, and that's how I just do these glancing blows. Don't know if you can see this, there we go. Okay, the sparks are coming off at a 45-degree angle. Don't make the mistake of doing it like flat, okay, because it's quite hard. Okay, 45-degree angle, and then just chip off, like so. Okay, so now all I'm going to do is lay my char cloth over the top of the flint, wrapping it around, because it is quite big, this piece. And with the char cloth you want quite a fluffy edge, okay, and this was an old bath towel, an old 100% cotton bath towel that I cut into strips and put in my tin and made char cloth. So that's how I did that, and then you want this quite a fluffy edge. In fact, what I'll do, I'll go with that side, there we go, so that's quite a fluffy edge. It's just so it's easy for the sparks to catch. Okay, here we go then. So I'm holding it down with my thumb, like so, hands in, 45-degree angle. Anything? Not yet. Okay, here we go. I'm going to do it here, it's a bit more so I can see. Adjust it slightly, 45-degree. Oh, not yet. Nearly. Bingo. Patience, and it'll come. So once you get the spark, blow onto it. Don't know if you can see that there, that's what you're after, that red glow. Now you're good to go. There we go, you can really see it now, I think. That's what you're after. So that's burning through now quite quickly. So, preparation. I've got my bird's nest here. I'm going to fold it in half. My jute twine, placing it in. You can see it's smoking already. And literally blowing into this now. Taking your time then. Oof, there you go.
So now I don't add my tinder onto that, and yeah, how cool was that? That was awesome. I love doing that. There we go. So bit of birch bark adding on, some twigs in. Yeah, so there we go. That's how you light a fire using flint and steel.
Okay then folks, that's it for this video. I hope you found it interesting and useful and entertaining. I've loved making this video. I love using flint and steel, char cloth to light my fires. But of course, not forgetting, we do have the good old cigarette lighter. So instant flame. So I must admit I do use that quite a lot when I just need to get a stove going. Be it camping, hiking, or actually doing a bit of bushcraft as well. If time's against it, then I just want to get something cooking and or get a brew on, then I will use a cigarette lighter. But I do enjoy using primitive skills with the flint and steel. It does take practice because you never know. You might need it in the future, and it's always good to practice. Cool. Okay. On that note, then I'm going to leave it there, and thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.